There are some anime that don't just tell a story. They spark outrage, debates, and even bans across the world. These aren't your usual controversial shows. They're the ones that made fans argue, critics furious, and governments step in. Today, we're diving into 5 anime that caused some of the biggest controversies in the community. When this anime aired in 2020, no one was prepared for what came next. On the surface, it looked like another fantasy comedy, but it wasn't just comedy. The entire series revolved around adventurers reviewing brothels of different species. What followed was chaos. Funimation licensed it, and then quickly dropped it after the first episode, saying it didn't align with their standards. Other streaming services followed suit, some stations in Japan stopped airing it, and it became infamous for being almost impossible to watch legally. Still, the show gained a cult following online, with fans praising it for pushing boundaries, while others criticized it for being nothing more than glorified adult content. Hetalia seems lighthearted on the surface, personifying different countries as quirky anime characters. But here's the problem. Turning dark moments of history into comedy didn't sit well with everyone. Italy as a goofy coward, Germany as strict and serious, and Japan as awkward were funny to some but offensive to others. In fact, South Korea protested heavily against the show, calling its portrayal disrespectful, which even led to the Korean character being completely removed. Critics argued that the anime downplayed sensitive historical topics, while fans defended it as harmless satire. Even today, Hetalia remains one of the most debated series when it comes to where comedy crosses the line. This anime might look like a standard isekai at first glance, but it quickly became controversial for its main character. Rudeus is reincarnated into another world, but he keeps his perverted and manipulative personality. Many viewers were uncomfortable with how the anime portrayed his behavior, especially toward young female characters. In China, the backlash was so strong that a major streaming platform actually removed the show after people criticized it for being morally corrupt. Still, fans argue that Rudeus is intentionally flawed and meant to grow over time, making him one of the most complex, if not disturbing, protagonists in modern anime. At first, the pastel colors and cute art style might trick you into thinking this is a sweet romance, but what unfolds is one of the darkest psychological horror stories in anime. The controversy came from its themes of obsession, abuse, and manipulation. Some praised it for its disturbing yet powerful storytelling, while others called it dangerous, especially because of how it disguised itself as a cute show while exploring incredibly twisted relationships. The contrast between its appearance and its content sparked heavy debates, making it one of the most unsettling anime to come out in recent years. And finally, we arrive at the anime that almost everyone in the community has heard about. Redo of Healer wasn't just controversial, it was explosive. The story of Kaoru, a healer who suffers abuse and then seeks brutal revenge, shocked audiences worldwide. What truly made it infamous were the explicit scenes of violence and revenge, especially those with sexual assault, which caused outrage among critics, parents, and even anime fans themselves. Some called it unforgivable, crossing every possible line, while others argued it was a bold story of empowerment and justice. In Japan, it was aired in different censored and uncensored versions, and in many countries, it was outright banned. Redo of Healer is the perfect example of how an anime can blur the line between storytelling and exploitation, leaving the community completely divided. Whether you see them as artistic risks or as shows that went too far, one thing is certain: they left a mark on anime history. Which of these do you think deserves the most controversy, and which one do you think is misunderstood? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the anime world.